unfortunately, I think that we're afraid. And there are certain people in our popular culture, really over the last 10 years or so, that feed fear, that encourage fear, that others are the enemy, even if they live next door to you. It is about a lack of religious freedoms and being afraid of the color of someone's skin or their accent. It's fear, 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 and they should all be ashamed of themselves. There are enough people out there wanting to destroy us without us doing it for them. And I think that superheroes are really, I know this may sound a little dumb, but not dumb, but this may sound naive, but we sort of need them in order to feel that there's something better for us. What was interesting about that period of time, what defined the women of America and what empowered them in the midst of all of the fear and the powerlessness that they felt being at home while their sons and fathers and husbands and brothers were out fighting that war, was that they could do something at home to help their loved ones, that they were welders, and they were building airplanes, and they were picking up sanitation, and they were working in electrical companies, and they were laying roads, and they were doing all the work that the men couldn't do anymore. This created a huge change in I think the mental attitude of women, that they were warriors in their own right and in their own way. And when their husbands came back from the war expecting that everything would be the same, women were asked to go back to a role that they had outgrown. And in some ways, I think Wonder Woman represents a breaking out of that. She represents the best of the two. And I just remember my mother, telling me that I could be and do whatever I set my mind to. That there weren't the restrictions. And I really didn't understand this until I grew up and I started reading about feminism and really understanding what the struggles were. And it really isn't that long ago. I mean, for crying out loud, we still don't have equal rights under the Constitution. We still do not have, there's not an equal rights amendment for women. And that's shocking to some people. But it actually passed, but it has not been ratified by all the states. It comes up every year to be ratified by the states, and it still is not, and that's shocking.